Here we are, still together, still in a posh hotel.
Yeah, been here for a week and a half now.
Oh, no, yeah, we certainly haven't filmed 2 shows together, have we?
No, definitely not. It's just that nice here.
Like we didn't do at the CCC convention.
No, it's just that nice here. We thought we'd stay an extra week.
Yeah. So how do you feel about holidaying in Stoke-on-Trent again, mate?
I still prefer Newcastle.
For Cannock?
I like Cannock. But yeah, no, it's nice. We've got a nice room here, haven't we? Is that Martin Duffy on there?
No, that guy's got hair.
It's Ian Ragg.
It's Ian Ragg.
So yes, anyway, here we are. So you've had an interesting week. You were in Radio Newcastle. Yeah. So I'll quickly tell you the story, but we'll talk more about it later on because I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Ooh, when it's over to you, it's a question from me to you. Oh, so that's a little bit different. So I got contacted by BBC Radio Newcastle, and I've been on there a couple of times over the years. But the idea is the Radio 1's big weekend was last Sunday.
Okay.
It's not. It's this Sunday because we're filming. Sorry, last Sunday. Was last Sunday, and it was in Sunderland. And the idea is BBC Radio Newcastle have a guy who's one of their producers who likes magic. And they call him Phone Boy Tom. And he's one of the producers.
Right.
And the idea is they want him to perform a magic trick at Radio 1's big weekend.
On stage?
Probably behind the biffa bins, if I'm to be honest, like around the back of the burger van or something.
Okay.
And the idea was...
So does he perform a bit of magic?
A little bit. He's an amateur just getting into it. And the idea is, years ago apparently, or last year at Glastonbury, there was a guy who advertised he was going to perform folding a bed sheet. And he advertised it, and apparently hundreds, if not thousands of people went over and watched him fold a bed sheet at Glastonbury. Right.
He folded a bed sheet?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, you can look this up. I don't know. And
what do you mean he folded a bed sheet?
It was just like a good joke thing, but loads of people turned up and just made it.
As in he folded a bed sheet?
Yeah, he just stood there and folded a bed sheet and showed you how to fold a bed sheet. But it was a joke thing, but loads and loads of people turned up, like hundreds of people. Apparently
doesn't that just show you can just sell anything to anybody?
Absolutely. Magic's one of them.
I'm selling a book actually on my website. It's How Not to Get Ripped Off on the Internet. It's £100 a copy, and if you send the money via PayPal to chriscongreve@gmail.com.
I like it. Where was it? Oh, yes. Anyway, the idea was what they wanted to do. They want this Phone Boy Tom to do a trick at the Radio 1 speaker again. They're going to hand flyers and stuff out, and he's going to be in a field somewhere doing it. And they want people to turn up, and he's going to do one trick.
Okay.
So all through the week, they wanted to teach him a trick. A magic theme.
Oh, teach him a trick.
Yeah. So I went into the radio studio. I've been in a couple of times and they've recorded segments, and a couple of them were done live as well. And the idea is on one of the days they bring in a real professional magician who's going to teach him a trick on air. And he's going to do the trick, and that's the trick he's going to do at Radio 1's weekend. So I went in.
What did you teach him?
Well, we did Invisible Deck. We did Colour Vision. And
Colour Vision.
Colour Vision is the little box with the dice inside where you tell them the colour.
Yeah. What a great...
And there's a reason for this.
Although you're in beginner sets and everything, it's a fabulous
great trick.
Method,
fools loads of people. Fools loads of people.
Yeah.
If you don't know the trick, it's a little box, a little dice inside with different colours. You put it in, the spectator takes it, thinks of a colour, puts the lid on, you tell them the colour that they're thinking of.
So the one I had I think it was in a Marvin's Magic set years ago, was where it was like 2 tubes, one inside the other.
Yeah.
And then it's this smaller canister out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what that's called. It's got a slightly different name, but I know the one.
But I saw on Facebook an advert the other day where there's a new version of it. And this was an advert, so I haven't looked into it, where it goes in a film canister. And I think there's a gimmick that comes with it or something as well.
Right.
Have you seen the one I'm talking about?
I haven't. Well, I know I can see where you're going with it.
So
personally, I prefer the Colour Vision one to that.
Yeah. Well, the clue on how this works is in the name, right? But it's
yeah.
I think. So anyway, so you did Colour Vision, Invisible Deck.
Yeah, and then I did a trick on the radio live, which I did,
which is interesting.
Which is what I want to talk to you about later.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. But what
trick did you do?
I did a new version, in my opinion, a better version of iThump. Do you know what iThump is? So iThump is the effect. It's not where you punch me in the eye. So the effect is you get everybody in you'll have seen this trick because a lot of magicians do it. It's very popular. They generally do it with everybody in the audience. Everybody in the audience, get your mobile phone out and you get your phone out. Sir, give me any 4-digit number, put a 4-digit number and you times that by, everybody follows along on their calculators, times it by another number. Great, times it by another number, and now let's get a random number. So if you could turn the phone over and just press the calculator randomly, this is a number. Now everybody times it by this number, press equals, and it's usually the date and the time of the performance right now, right
I know exactly what you're talking about. And you did that on the radio? I
did it on the radio, but I changed it, which we'll talk about. Do you want us to talk about that now? Or
we can talk about that later. I quite like that idea. Because you can get people at home following along.
Exactly.
So that's using new technology. So the last time I did magic on the radio was a few years ago. So we'll talk about that. No, that's interesting. That's good.
So yeah, that's what happened to me this week anyway. And I got a lot of airtime from it, to be fair, because I had us on in different segments all through the week.
Right,
so it was good for me. But yeah, we'll move on and we'll talk about that maybe in a bit more depth about what we'll do.
Yeah, not much. So again, BGT, magicians getting good press again. There was
you know who I really like? Rafferty Coop.
Yeah, that young lad. Yeah, he's gone to the semi-finals now, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I just as a performer, regardless of how he gets on, I think he's really good. But he's always smiling. He is
smiling a lot. He's only a young lad, isn't he? He's about 18 or something like that.
Yeah, he's 17. He's just full of energy.
So Russ Stevens seems to be helping him along and sort of
really good
on the Magic Circle, which I believe you're not a member of. On the Magic Circle Facebook group, Russ has been putting some videos up on and stuff on there that he's done, and I have seen some clips of him. So he's doing really well as well. So that's great.
Can we talk about David Copperfield?
No.
Okay.
Happily, he's retired now.
No, he hasn't. Don't say that. He hasn't retired. He's moving on.
I was showing my wife the David Copperfield stuff the other day, and she was just like, he loves David Copperfield. No, she's Welsh. He loves David. If ever she sees this, I'm dead. She's French. That was a French accent. He loves the David Copperfield. No, and I'm like, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll move on then.
Okay, so we're going to go to the old school now.
Let's go old school.
Get your mortarboards out, everyone. We're going to the old school.
Let's go.
So, old school. Now, this is something that's been around for a long, long time. I think it's been has it been re-released?
Yeah, re-released.
It's called Simplex Monty, and there you go.
Simplex Monty. Now,
there's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be loads of different routines on there. I haven't actually seen this new take on it, but it's been around for a long time, and the gimmick used to be made by Rob Bromley, who's sadly no longer with us. Rob used to make amazing card, not just card gimmicks, but gimmicks in general. And before that, he was I think he used to do illusions and stand-up comedy and all sorts of stuff. Really,
he actually
talented magician.
He did a couple of appearances with Freddie Starr in place of Wayne Dobson. So you will find that on YouTube. Actually, you'll find him performing with Freddie Starr.
So and that's where and apparently fabulous. Never seen it. So I'll just give you a really basic overview of what this looks like. So you've got three cards. As you can see, you've got two jokers and the Queen of Hearts in this case, 3 cards, right? And then basically the idea is you would sort of throw them down, and you've got to bet on where the Queen is. So where would you say the Queen was there, Graham? The middle, and obviously you would lose. I'll tell you what, double or quits?
Double.
Which one? This one here, and then obviously you're never going to win because all you've got is 3 jokers. So that is just a basic sort of outline of what this does. I know there is some more interesting routines, but it's a really well-made card gimmick, completely self-working, easy to do, fantastic.
Yeah. So just touching on this is produced by Alex Zam, Peter Nardi, Dave Loosely.
Yeah.
It dates back, like you said, to Rob Bromley. We used to sell the original one. Rob Bromley, some of the gimmicks you will have heard of. He had the Vanishing Deck, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
He made the best version of that.
Yeah.
Like a beautiful version. It was a little black box. You took the cards out, looked at them, put them back in, turned them around, and they disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
He made the best version of that. He made the best version of Devano Rising cards, you know, where you'd have a card rise out the pack.
You used to do that lovely breathalyzer lie detector test
yes,
as well.
I've got all that with a little brass thing with a different colour thing in the middle. He made some amazing Our card morph, which we reproduced, which is the card which splits the 6 of diamonds. Which
You're a
splits
big fan of this thing, yeah.
I love card morph.
Loads of times.
Yeah, I love card morph. But again, he made some amazing
Your world's
things.
worst ever gig. You were a clever lad.
I'm a clever lad when I produced the 6 of that. Yeah, anyway.
That'll never not be funny.
But yeah, Alakazam, I believe, got the rights to most, if not all, of Rob Bromley's stuff. Like you said, who sadly passed away. And this is one of the re-releases, but I still believe they've had this out a while, I think.
Well, I first bought it, 20 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Like the Rob Bromley version. But I think this has even been out a few years, even like the re-release.
Well, they haven't done packaging like that for a little while, so yeah. I mean, this is really old school, but the gimmick, I don't know whether Rob made these before he passed or whether they've got somebody else. I know Steve-O does a lot of the making of card gimmicks for Alakazam these days, doesn't he? Steve-O Watson, so maybe Steve-O makes these, not sure. But, you know, the quality, as you can see, is fabulous.
The gimmick's invisible.
Yeah.
What's great about this is it's complete. I don't mean a little bit. It's totally self-working.
Yeah.
Like my 9-year-old son can do this.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is. I reckon a 6-7-year-old kid could do this.
Yeah.
So literally anybody could do it.
It's just the routine that you've got to put around it, but there is just a longer routine than what I just showed there.
Dave Loosely, well actually that tells you how long ago this was, because Dave Loosely was working at Alakazam at the time and just doesn't work there for a few years.
So he left just around COVID time, so that's what.
So this has probably been re-released 5 years, even on that, and then 20 odd years plus since the original. But yeah, Dave Loosely has a full routine, and then the card reappears somewhere else, and then I believe he then shows it back there, because you can show it back there.
You can show it again, yeah.
So it does come with a couple of different ideas and a couple of different routines. So just one by Peter Nardi and one by Dave Loosely. So
just quickly, just while you're talking there, you can sort of you can show it that it's back there again, and then it's vanished again, and so on and so forth. So yeah.
So it's good. It's got a lot of mileage. It's £20, which I think is for what it is. I think to be honest, I couldn't make that gimmick. I couldn't make the gimmick. So
well, no, you
sometimes you look at a thing and you go, I could make that at home, but that you couldn't.
No, not with that. No.
You can get it from most Magic dealers. Obviously, Alakazam, Magicbox do sell them as well, but you can get it from any of the dealers.
Yep.
And it comes in red or blue. If you wanted to take it out with a deck, you could do that, couldn't you? You could have a deck of cards, add those to the deck, bring them out, and then do it. But yeah, it's just a good all-round, old school trick.
Yeah. It's great. So if you like what you saw there, have a look at the trailer. Check the trailer out on Alakazam's or Magicbox's site and see a longer routine.
Taylor will add a link now.
Oh, there you go.
To the product, and then you can watch. And then you can watch the trailer.
Have a look at the trailer, and you'll see a longer routine. But yeah, if you like the look of what it can do and the thing that you can make that a queen appear anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, just go for it. It's great.
There we go. Okay, so it's over to you, but actually this is over to me, to you.
To me.
It is. So we briefly mentioned at the start about...
I meant to push it back.
Did I move it?
No, I did. It was a to me, to you thing.
Right, okay. Sorry, I was a bit slow there, wasn't I?
Chuckle Brothers thing, yeah.
Okay. Where was I? You made us lose... Oh, yes,
to
okay.
Me, to you.
To me, to you. So we mentioned in the intro that I did a thing on the radio last week, and I'm going to explain sort of what I did exactly on the radio. Now, I've been on the radio a couple of times and done a couple of different tricks. The thing that's the obvious trick to do is invisible deck. For me, it's quite an easy thing to do. In the past, I've sent them a package with do not open on it and send it to the producer, and they've got to have it in the studio and they have it all wrapped up and stuff or in a box or whatever. Then when I get
there, quite good on, and they'll go along with stuff like this.
Yeah, they will.
They're not going to.
No, they don't. They generally don't want to expose stuff. Even if you did something in the studio and they see how it does, they'll still play along and pretend it, because they want it to look good, don't they? They don't want it to look crap. They want it to look good. So it's quite a good thing. So if you get the opportunity to do it and just do something basic. If you want to do invisible deck, do that. So I've done that in the past, and obviously if you do invisible deck, you can get listeners to ring up and name the card, and then they'll explain on the radio what's happening. A lot of radio stations these days, like this one in particular, also has cameras. They're also live as well, so you can watch the live feed.
It's getting
which makes it a
more
bit
like
better.
that, but most people still listen in their cars or in their kitchens or whatever. So, you know, and that's where, so I've done a few radio shows and stuff over the years as well. On, again, Radio WM, which is the same as, you know, Radio Newcastle.
Yeah, BBC Radio Newcastle.
BBC, yeah, it's the local BBC station. I can't remember exactly what I did on that, but I've done it on sort of community radio and things like that over the years as well. And yeah, generally, I mean, I've done stuff that you would do at a normal gig, like Coins Across or something like that, because the presenter will talk through what's happening. But one effect that's really good for radio, and you can use listeners and everything, is mental yarn.
Yeah.
Because they're reading.
It's a good idea.
That you're reading out a list, and they think of one of those things, and then you can reveal it. So you can do it over, you know, you can do it over the radio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we mentioned actually off camera, we were talking about magic over the telephone as opposed to magic over the radio, and I said, well, these are two different things. Yeah.
So for me, they're kind of similar, because you're doing it. For me, when I do stuff on the radio, I like to try and get the listeners involved somehow. I like to be able to transfer to them.
Well, if you're doing radio over the phone to one person, you can do something like, and an example is you can do the lie detector test with a pack of cards. You can say to them, go off, grab a pack of cards, right? And then you can position the card so it's in third position from 7, and then do the lie detector, and then they'll find their card, as an example. Whereas obviously over radio, you can't do that.
But can you though?
No.
If you're doing it, because you're not chatting to them live, So, I get what you're saying, but I like the concept of trying to get people at home involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's, if you can do that.
The thing you said in the intro, actually, about the mobile phone with the calculator, that is the way to go. That's brilliant, because everybody has got their mobile these days. They've got the mobile phone nearby, near to hand. They've all know how to use the calculator. I think that's fantastic. I've got to say, I think that's really good.
Yeah, it works really, really well. So what I did with it was, I did it slightly differently. I didn't do the date and time. I actually secretly found out because it was a breakfast show. So it was the main breakfast show. I found out the guy who's the printer is called Matt Bailey, and he's been on Capital stuff. And I found out his date of birth. So the number was his date of birth.
So these are him.
Yeah. So we linked it. So I was in the studio and I got him to name a date that's important to him, a year. He said 1999 or something. Then the lady doing the news, she gave me an important year. And then I went back to him. Or then we got a number from somebody who'd rang up with their door number.
Right.
And then we times it by that. And then we got a random number.
Using the...
Yeah. Now, here's the great thing with this trick, is if you're doing it on radio, your phone's not even in play.
Yeah.
Because they don't know your phone's even there.
No.
So all the radio, everybody who's listening to it, even the person who was sat next to me in the studio, the producer, didn't even realise my phone was in play and he was in the studio. Because I never mentioned my phone. So they just think...
a random number.
Exactly.
And she typed... You're almost doing like pre-show.
So she's typing in the random number, apparently on her phone, not my phone.
Yeah.
I say, now I want you to type in a random number. So on the phone, type in the random number. So to the listeners, it's just typing it on our own phone.
And you pre-showed it with the random number from your phone?
Yeah.
Perfect.
No. So can I explain how this works? So
I think we're kind of almost there, aren't we? It's a force, right? So they tap the phone like this.
Yes.
And then the number that's on the phone isn't what they've been pressing,
for this version, no, you can do it face up.
Can you?
So this is a version called Pulse, which I think we should actually do a review on, because I think this is even better than iThump, in my opinion. But you can literally hand the person your phone, and they can type the number in looking at the screen, and it automatically does the number. So now when the press equals, it goes to his birthday. Now what was great about this was all the listeners got the same number, obviously, but the presenter who was reading it, and I said, look, that's a massive number. It means nothing, right? It's random. It's 14,600,700 and whatever it was. And he looked and he went, random. What? Wait, that's my birthday. And he genuine got that genuine reaction. It was delayed. And it was really, really good, really strong. And I played it down. I was like, oh, it's your birthday. I wasn't sure sort of whose it was going to work out with the numbers being random and stuff. And I just sort of played on it. And it worked really well.
That's interesting, actually, because while you were saying that, I was thinking to myself, how would I have played, how would you react to his reaction?
Yeah.
Do you downplay it? do you sort of put your eyebrow up Max Maven style and sit there like, looking all smug, smug mode, or what do you do with that reaction?
Yeah, you want it. See, there's a thing here that I don't want, because you would if they realise that that's a forced number at the end, they can backtrack that to say, oh, hang on, it doesn't matter what would have happened that was going to be at that number. So I want to play it like that. It could have been somebody else's thing.
So you're just adding a little bit more smoke into the.
Yeah, I want to.
I don't think people would think about a force, especially as you
maybe
said,
not
that last
maybe
one.
Not.
I don't know.
But also, it's what we discussed before. I don't want it to be mentalism either. I want this to seem like it's random and this could happen at chance by them just typing in all these weird numbers,
the effect,
and they all add up to that. It's randomness. That sometimes randomness
there's no effect then
can equal something amazing.
Yeah.
And also, like on the radio, they're going, "That's amazing. How did you do that?" And I was like, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. You did it." So yeah, there's loads of different ways you could play it. I suppose we could talk all day about that. About you could go down a massive rabbit hole there with what the best way to present that is.
It's interesting. I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts on that. Really, I mean, how it's such a strong effect. I almost feel like you've created this amazing reaction, and then you've sort of shucks and downplayed it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor will link to the video if you want to watch us doing it, because it's live now on BBC. And we've got the footage. It's really well cut together by the BBC, obviously. So they've cut it together really well, so you can see the reactions and you can see how it was played live on air. So if you want to watch that, Taylor will link that.
Have a look.
Somewhere on here.
I'll have a look myself.
Have a watch of it. See what you think.
I haven't seen it.
But it was a little bit stressful in the studio because there was no internet, which I kind of already knew because I spoke to them about that beforehand. But with this app in particular, as long as you get a connection before you lose the connection, you've got the app open, it works.
That's what's always put me off about phone apps, really.
So what I did was I made sure that I opened the app outside and then went in. Now, even though they had guest Wi-Fi, it was BBC, it was heavily restricted. You couldn't do anything on your phone. We just even connected to the thing.
So, changing the subject very slightly, have you seen John Morton's thing for using a calculator to force a number? It's in his book. He does it in his lecture.
Right. I don't think I have.
Have you not? Okay. So if you haven't seen it, check out John's book. He released it at Blackpool this year. And it's got I've seen John lecture about 3 or 4 times now, and he's got some great stuff in his lecture. But one of the things that he's almost, a bit like you just said, he almost throws this away a little bit. And he teaches this it's a non-app calculator force on a phone. I'll show it you.
I might have seen it actually. I might have seen it.
It's really good. It's great. It's great. Doesn't work, probably wouldn't work in this type of effect. However, check out John's work. It's great. We'll try and get some of his stuff to review.
The other thing that I did have on me, just in case there was an issue, is I did have a executive force pad. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you get people to write down different numbers and then you give it the last person who adds it up. I did have that as a backup in my pocket just in case something happened. I had that there, but I thought that could work as well.
It would work. Yeah, it's always good to have a backup when you're alive.
That's something you.
Were you nervous? Were you stressed about it?
A little bit. The whole premise was I'm teaching this guy, phone boy Tom, a trick. So then we went out of the studio and I pretended I'd already taught him the trick because he'd been coming to the shop a few times. A trick that he was then going to do live on air, and he wanted to do invisible deck. And in the green room, he was doing invisible. And I don't know if he's watching this actually. He wasn't great at it. He wasn't comfortable.
Tom.
If he's watching this, which he might be, he wasn't mega comfortable doing it. But that's what we wanted to do. So I said, look, here's what we'll do. You present it, but just put the deck down on the table. And when you go to open them, just ask Graham, can you open the card so that there's no funny business? Yeah. And I'll actually do the thing.
It just shows you, doesn't it? We sort of take for granted things like the invisible deck. And when you're quite new to Magic, it can be quite daunting. Yeah. And it can look a little bit clumpy in people's hands who aren't so experienced. But keep sticking with it, mate, because it'll come.
He's very enthusiastic, Tom, and he's a good performer.
That. Well, can you imagine me and you trying to produce a radio show?
He's done it now. He's done a trick at Radio 1's big weekend.
Fair play.
And the trick I said, which would be really good for him to do because he can do it over and over and over again, is colour vision.
And that's what he's doing?
Yeah.
Tom, if you're watching, let us know how you got on.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah, we would love to know how you got on.
There you go then. So keep the questions coming. Well, we had to make that one up this week, didn't we?
But it was a good question.
It was a good question.
It was a good question. I want to ask you, what have you done in the past?
And I'm going to ask Graham next week, if we don't get any magic questions, I'm going to be asking Graham what product he uses in his hair to make it look silky smooth. Do you like the Zoltan, what is it? The
Zolt. I know the guy. I know the one. The Zoltan.
The Adam Sandler film.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was over to you this week, and it's on to the reviews. Review time.
So, review number 1.
Pen Through Coin. And so this is a new release by Michael Amar.
The camera's further away than it normally is.
I know. So Michael Amar's been working on this for a long time. It says in the trailer he's been working on it for 20, 30 years, whatever.
Should we cut the trailer first?
Yeah, let's have a look at the trailer.
Here it is.
How did you do it?
This is an effect that I've been thinking about almost 50 years. Every 10 or 15 years, I would come out with another version of it that takes it a little bit further. I was always chasing that perfect penetration. I finally figured it out. I've been doing it for about 10 years. I've kept it kind of underground. The moment can be viewed from 360 degrees, revealing even the metal of the coin appearing to tear under the pressure of the penetration. Then, as you simply slide the coin off the pen, the quarter instantly restores itself, completely healed and ready for immediate total inspection.
Watch as the pen melts through your coin.
What is happening? I'm going.
No. Never.
This is the most visual version of this plot of all time.
Now that you've seen just how powerful these reactions can be, let's take a look at what it looks like in a full performance. Yeah. That's not real.
That's fake. This is fake. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll show you how you can tell it's fake. Watch, if I take the... See how it depresses?
Yeah. What the...
Dile que ahora está mano. Dile que ahora está mano.
No tiene nada. No tiene nada. No. Mano, ¿qué? A ver. Can I try it?
Yeah.
Yeah, que lo que marico, esto no puede ser posible, marico. Inténtalo, marico. Ya vaya. Te voy a poner a romper las monedas.
Pen Through Coin is direct, it's practical, it's ready to go right out of the box.
There we go. Trailer.
So I hadn't got a clue how this was going to be done from watching the trailer. And now I've had a look at what's inside the box. I can see how it's done, and it's not what I was expecting at all.
Right.
Which is a good and...
So I had a rough idea. To be honest, I didn't know exactly how it worked, but I had a rough idea just because I think in the thing it says you get loads of gimmicks to do it with.
Right.
You get X amount of gimmicks, like 50 or something gimmicks. So I thought it was going to be something different to this.
Yes.
So Michael Amar, watch the coins, watch the shadows. Is that a good impression, Mike? Oh, no.
I'm trying to think who it was an impression of.
So where do I start with this? So the elephant in the room that most people are going to say is, it's not an English coin.
Yes.
It's an American.
Unless they're Americans watching this, and then they'll be like,
perfect.
But 2 weeks ago, we were reviewing the AirTag, and Illusionist are saying people don't carry coins. So if people aren't carrying coins, you might as well bring a quarter, I suppose.
I mean, the obvious presentation, which this is what most magicians would probably do with this, is do you know why people don't use coins anymore, especially the Americans? Do you know why?
No.
Because they're too fragile. Look, you can do this. And now, have them exactly.
I mean, the thing about this particular routine is you can hand out the coin to be examined. Can you do it before and after, or just after?
I think you can do it before as well. Whether I would or not, seeing the gimmicks, I don't know. But I believe you can hand it out beforehand. I mean, the other part is you've just come back from America, and they're going to stop circulation of quarters, and this is why. Hand it out. There's a quarter, American quarter. Have a look at it, and then go into the effect. Boom, boom, boom.
So is it? So we're all familiar. Or, well, I say we're all. Certainly, we're familiar with the old Eddie Gibson cigarette through coin, which is kind of the pioneer of these type of effects.
Yeah.
You do one yourself in the shop, which is
Sharpie through £2 coin.
Right. Is this better than the Sharpie through £2 coin?
I think there's pros and cons to both. This can be shown both sides when the penetration's happened.
Yes,
so once this pen's through, you can show it freely both sides.
Yes, you can.
A lot of the older type pen through cigarette throughs, you couldn't do that with.
Well, you can't do it with any of them, can you?
Well, I think
because they've got.
I believe Jay Sankey did a straw through one where you could, but it wasn't the gimmick like an Eddie Gibson type gimmick. It was pretty much this gimmick, but without the extra bits. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you would switch it in and out. So there is versions out there, and I think there's a pen through as well, which is the same thing. In fact, Michael Lamar might have had one like that, because I remember the switch that Michael Lamar does on this. I'm sure I remember him doing that in another version that he used to do. So do I think it's better? I think there's pros and cons to both. I think this visibly looks, as you push it,
that moment when it goes through and you can show it all the way around.
Yeah,
he's a beautiful moment, right?
Yeah,
it is a beautiful moment. There's no two ways about that.
As if the pen is penetrating through.
But for me, I think the cons outweigh the pros. It's not a British coin. You've got to replace something each time you do it.
Yeah.
Once you've run out of that thing, you've then got to buy refills. You've got to the reset would be a little bit of a pain because you've got to clean it off.
Yeah.
You've then got to add a new one on and on and on and on. If you were doing it as a one-off thing, great, brilliant. But I'm thinking now, my head is going around the tables and, listen, the amount of thought and everything that's gone into this is just amazing. And it is a fabulous routine. And I'm just thinking about me as a performing close-up magician as opposed to,
that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair comment.
If I was just doing it once, then this would absolutely be the way to go without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think I would have it in my set for the reasons that you've already mentioned. It's not like an instant reset or anything, but I do think that moment just looks.
It's beautiful.
And I think you've pretty much hit the nail on the head. I don't really know what else to add to that, because I just think it is a one-off thing. It would look good, but you couldn't repeat it.
Listen, as we know, there's loads and loads and loads of people who perform magic on social media and videos and stuff these days and don't actually go out and perform for real people. I've seen tricks in the past and they've been created specifically for that reason only. And for that, it's perfect. If you're doing a parlour show and you're just doing this once, it's perfect. It's fabulous. It is the best. It has got probably that moment when it goes through like this, and then you can pick it up and show it all the way around. It doesn't get much stronger than that, does it?
No.
But just from a practical point of view, from a working performing magician, then
it does come with a lot of gimmicks, by the way. So obviously there
50,
is some.
Did you say 50?
Yeah, I think it's 50. Don't quote us on that. It'll be in the description. But yeah, you do have to replace something each time. Once you perform, you have to replace it, but it comes with a lot. So you would get like 50 performance out of it.
I mean, are they doing like refills of that particular thing?
Not that I know of yet. So it's produced by Penguin, by the way. It's a Michael Lamar effect, but he's put it out through Penguin. It's literally just come out in the last 2 weeks, I believe. So at the moment, I don't believe you can only buy this. But that's not to say that they're not going to start selling refills, which I'd imagine they will.
I mean, you could probably go out and get them made yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think. It'd be a lot of hassle. You'd be better off You'd be better off buying another one. I can't remember how much it is. Is it 40 quid or something? 30 something.
Really though? For what it is, you buy another one?
Yeah. For the gimmicks. Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't think you could get the gimmicks made. Right. You could, but I mean,
no. But if they're going to sell refills for like a tenner or something,
yeah. I mean, they might. By the time this video's gone out, they might actually already sell the refills.
But I mean, if that's 40 quid and you get 50, that's like 75p a performance, isn't it? Or you can buy another version where you don't, The one that you sell in the £2 coin, you never have to replace anything, do you?
No.
I know the Eddie Gibson one, the bands could break on them and stuff like that. You know? And you have to replace the band. But like on the one you sell, it's just it's nothing at all, is it?
Yeah, there's no bands to break.
It never breaks.
I think there's pros and cons. Would I perform it? No. Would I buy it? Probably not. But will I be performing it in the shop? Yes. Because I think, I think for the right person, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anything to add? No. So there we go. That's pen through coin, available at Magicbox or Penguin or any other good magic retailer. So there we go. Let's move on to review number 2. Review number 2.
The trick with a name. We're going to have a look at the trailer for this.
Yeah, let's have a look at the trailer first, and then we'll talk about it after.
It's Piff the Magic Dragon, and this is a trick with a name. Yeah, it's a trick with a name. It's a trick about a name. It's like their name. What could be better than a trick with their name? This is a trick with their name. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a trick with their name. It's easy to do. It's almost self-working in the fact that you yourself have to do the work. If you can write their name, you can do a trick with their name. It fits inside any existing card routine. It's perfect for close-up, for stage, for trade shows. Anywhere you can do a card trick, you can do a trick with a name.
Okay. That's not even a name.
Just there you got that card?
Sorry. Oh, you missed it? Okay, let's do it again.
Yeah.
That card was called Aiden. Oh! No! All right, man. Good job.
Here's what you get. Custom-made stickers. What? That's right, we made them. Look, these are just regular ones. That wasn't that very difficult at all. But these ones have got playing cards on the back. Oh, these are sticky. Look, they're sticky. You can just stick them to places like that. They're sticky stickers. And they've got different cards, so you can do the trick more than once. We got 5 different playing cards. So, I mean, if you do more than 5 tricks in a day, you're probably working too hard. Okay, let's recap. It's super easy to do. You can do it anywhere you can do a card trick. We give you all the stickers. Basically, after you've watched this, you'll probably figure it out anyway, so you just need the stickers. So that's what we have for you, stickers. Bye. Piff the Magic Dragons, trick with the name, right now, at Vanishing Ink.
So there we go. That's the trailer. Trick with a Name by Piff the Magic Dragon.
Piff. I remember when he used to go as John Van der Put, yeah. So, yeah, John's obviously been releasing... Well, he hasn't released anything for a long time, has he?
Book.
You know? He's just been too busy blowing everybody away in Vegas and everything else, so fair play to him. Absolutely hilarious performer. Love what he does. And, this is like really super commercial.
Yeah. So this is Piff the Magic Dragon, and it's out through Vanishing Ink.
Yes.
It's been out a while. It's not brand new.
I haven't seen it before, to be fair.
No. So it's a really interesting concept, I think.
Well, I love the idea of the badge and writing the spectator's name. Stick it. So everybody's familiar with these things, all right? And I'm not going to show you everything that's in there, but everybody's familiar with these. Hello, my name is, right? We've all seen these before. Yeah. Everybody's seen these. But he's built a card revelation into this.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it. Like, he throws the deck and stuff like that, but you don't even have to do that, do you? You know, you can do it any way you like, but it's basically like a built-in card. Well, we might as well show them, haven't we? What it is, and it's on the back. Because people listen. Magicians watching it.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that's a great idea. I think that's a really fab idea. They write the name on there, you stick it on them, you know, you force the card and you go into it, and that's it, you know. I just think it's just a great commercial idea.
So it comes with loads of stickers. I can't remember off the top of my head. Again,
100 in there or something like that.
I think so, yeah, a load of stickers. And I think for the price, it's quite cheap. It's only £36.
Yeah.
And I believe it comes with normal, it does come with normal stickers which don't have the card on the back.
Right.
So you can potentially go around, and if you had 4 people like you does in the trailer, stick one of them on each and only one of them's the force one.
Presumably you can buy the normal
you can,
stickers from like Amazon or whatever anyway.
Yeah, and just use one each time. Stick them on all 4 with their names on and then do the card thing. Like you said, you don't have to spray them. You could palm the card off, vanish it and say, look, it's gone. Where is it? Hang on. And then whip that off and it's on the sticker. It's a clever little concept. It's just, I love, you know what? I like card reveals that are different.
So do I.
I don't care how typical it is of a magician of pick a
3.5
card.
for clubs. Brilliant.
Yeah, picking a card and I'll find it in some obscure way.
Yeah.
I love just general card revelations
so
that
do
are
I.
different. It's just thinking a little bit outside the box.
Rainbow card, we've talked about before, great. All that kind of stuff. Long card, brilliant. You know, it's something old hat, maybe, but to lay people, they've never seen it before. And this is great with something that everybody's familiar with.
People know what it is.
You know, you just stick it on there, bosh like that. You know, you can have a good laugh with it. I mean, how many times when you're at a gig, you say, "What's your name?" and they give you a fake name.
Yeah, now that's a great idea,
don't they? You know, what's your name? And they go, Dave, and everybody else starts laughing. It's not really easy, Dave. And they'll go, oh no, it's Graham or whatever. And you say, yeah, but you're going to be Dave for the rest of the night. And you write Dave on there and stick it on. Perfect for that.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, even going on from that now, you got us thinking, you know, what's your name? If it could be any name, what would it be? And they're going to say something ridiculous.
Sausage lover.
Yeah, or Cecilia, I was going to say.
So what's your name at the weekends? Tracy. Okay.
And then you've got this whole routine where you're sticking things on with people. And then for the rest of the night now...
They've got this fake name on.
Yeah, and they're all going to laugh at each other because, and they're going to call you Cecilia and you sausage for the rest of the night. Now. and then every time they mention that, they're going to mention the sticker, but that then reminds them of you being the magician being there.
Absolutely.
You sold it to us.
I want to buy one now.
I said when this came in, I might use it, and it's gone like on the shelf, and I've never really done
honestly,
it. Now when we're talking about it, and you just give us that idea, I'm thinking that's actually quite.
That's
good.
funny. If you could have any name, what would it be? Can you imagine some of the things people are going to say?
Yeah.
Because they all think they're going to be. I mean, how many times they're going to say something like Adolf, for example?
Yeah,
brilliant. You know, okay, you write it down, stick it on there straight away. Funny.
Yeah.
You know, or Sharon or whatever it might be. You say to her, you know, what's your name? Or what do you want it to be? And stuff like that. These are the things that people say, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can have a lot of fun with just something simple like a name. I love that. I'm definitely going to get one of them. I've never seen it before.
You've made me like it even more than I did before. So I think it's very good. So I think it's an obvious answer for us to like it. Yes, would we buy it? Yes, would we use it? Probably tomorrow at the gig later this week.
I have got a gig tomorrow night, actually.
So there you go. Well done, Piff, the Magic Dragon.
Yeah,
well
fantastic.
Done. If you're watching this, is he one of the 2 viewers?
No,
don't wait. Anyway, there we go. That's reviews for this week. Let's move on.
Yeah. There you go then. That was the show for this week.
That's the show, not from the Tricks Hotel.
No, definitely not. Some interesting stuff this week, I thought.
I enjoyed it.
Especially this.
Yeah.
I think I've talked myself into buying one of them.
And me.
These shows are costing me a fortune, by the way, because I want to get the Hollywood from last week as well.
Right.
Well, that's it, really. Keep the questions coming.
Yeah, keep the questions coming. We want more questions. Because the questions aren't necessarily... We go down a rabbit hole, don't we? So when we get a question from you, it spurs us on to go, that's an interesting concept. Let's chat about that. And then we talk about other things. So it's not just that. It's good content for us. It also answers your question and also gives tips and hints for other people as well who watch this video.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't sent a question, send a question.
If there's anything that you want to see reviewed as well, just let us know.
Great idea.
We can stick some stuff on there. Stuff and old school as well. Something that we might not have seen for ages and forgotten about. You know, to give us like this. I had Simplex Monty, by the way. I hadn't thought about that for ages.
Yeah.
And last week we did Double Cross, something I hadn't. You know, although I've been aware of it and stuff, talking about it last week makes me think, actually, you know, I might dig one.
Yeah, I mean, if you do have an old school trick that you've heard about and you haven't seen an honest review of, ask us and I'll get it in. I'll get that trick in and we'll talk about it. And we'll give you an honest opinion on that old school trick. Or the same with the review trick. If you want to see something reviewed, we'll try and get it in and we'll look at it and review it for you. But if you haven't already subscribe to the Magicbox channel or the Chris Congreve Stella Magic channel or both of our channels, and you won't miss these. But thanks for watching.
Thanks. Have a great week. See you next time.